Hey, go back upstairs. I'm trying to make a video in here, gosh darn it. Okay. Okay, everybody, here we go. We had a little sell-off in the markets today, and some stocks were particularly affected and went down quite a bit. We will get to some of those because you know I like to buy the dip. That's one of my favorite strategies, guys. Okay, there are many different strategies. Find what works for you. Sometimes I look at a list of the biggest losers, the stocks that lost the most, and then I investigate to try to find out which one is the most likely candidate that's likely to bounce. Okay, and today I had a good play on that. So look for the bounce. Remember that, guys. I study the so one of the stocks that really dropped was VFS, VinFast. It's a recent IPO. It dropped 26% today, down to when it first came out, it went down to 15. Then it shot up to over $75, and now it's all the way back down to 17.67, I think. So that's crazy. So if it starts to move back up, guys, this is when you might want to keep on your radar. Okay, if it starts to move back up, jump in and put in that stop loss. Okay, to protect yourself. Making money's easy, guys, but you just gotta actually take action. How many of you guys see investment opportunities? How many of you saw GameStop a long time ago when it was like $2-3 and you just knew that'd be a great opportunity? You know, a lot of people do actually, and then they just don't do it because they're scared. I know so many people that are afraid to invest. Okay, you just got to get over your fear because it's so easy to make money in these markets, but you can't let the psychology affect you, and you cannot take advice from people on stock twits. Okay. So yeah, VFS, I'm looking at that for a bounce maybe. Okay, C3AI, that thing tanked. This is the very popular artificial intelligence stock. It was down 12%, all the way down to 27.61. And it seems like that it was really weird that it was being held right at $31 for a while, I think people knew it was going to drop and they're holding it at that level to let people out maybe. These market makers can do whatever they want. But yeah, it dropped, it's held right there and then just dropped a crazy amount. I mean, isn't that kind of weird? ChargePoint Holdings, CHPT. This is one that I always keep this one on my watch list because I tell you guys, I really love the EV sector. I think it's going to go crazy, but not yet. Okay? You guys got to get in on the Patreon to find out which options and which stocks that I'm buying for the EV sector and when it's going to take off. So this stuff, I cannot give all this for free. This would be absolutely insane if I did. Like if I told everyone for free to buy these options in GNS, that'd be ridiculous because I'd be fighting with people. No, I'll tell people on the Patreon, but I'm not telling everybody exactly what I'm buying. Only the Patreon members, because how am I going to help all these people that aren't even Patreons make thousands of dollars? I don't want to do that. Not really. I mean, I want to help them learn and become better, but I don't want them to be making thousands if I'm not even getting a thank you or getting a thumbs up. So that's why I want to get people in the Patreon, and then I save specific information for them. So ChargePoint Holdings, I bought it today when it dropped to $5.07. So I'm sitting really pretty now. That's what you have to do to make money, guys. You have to wake up early in the morning. Even before the market opens, obviously you have to prepare yourself mentally, sit down at your computer, get all your monitors powered up and everything, and then when it opens, you see what happens. And we saw a huge drop in a lot of these markets today. So not really the Dow though, but I'll get to that. So that's what you do, and I'm sitting pretty on that stock right now. So buy the dip. That's one of my favorites. So the major market indices though were mixed to down, and there's reasons that they're down, but the Dow, which I've been calling for the markets to go down anyways. So the Dow is actually up though 57 points to 34,005. The S&P was down 14, and the NASDAQ, which is the major tech index, down $123 down 123 points. So, but guys, remember this, and ladies, September is traditionally a really bad month for stocks. In addition to that, we have a economy that's slowing down It's actually a global economy that's slowing, and China, the economy over there is still slowing too. But one thing that they do is they manipulate these markets through institutions, and they throw out news. They'll say, China's coming back. China's going to be doing good. And then it causes more people buy in. But that's just so the institutions can sell it to you. So you have to be cautious. Right now they're putting out some news that's making it go down. So you have to wonder, you know, what's really behind these big moves. I think it's institutions. Institutional investing is really behind a lot of the news and the big moves that you see, like today. So September is traditionally a bad month. Yeah, I already said that. The markets are concerned about the Federal Reserve's interest rate policy. I've been talking about this since I started my channel. It's the big factor is these interest rates. They're very high, so it's harder for companies to survive and get loans. Higher rates are bad for the economy, but they do lower the inflation rate, and that's what our government is telling us that is the big deal, the inflation rate. Obviously, guys, the inflation was insane during the pandemic because the president at the time spent so much money, and they did the whole lockdown. So they had to spend money, give all kinds of loans out that a lot of businesses probably couldn't even pay back. I was working for the Bucks Motorsports. They got a loan. They probably couldn't pay it back. The owner got pretty mad when I told him, you know, you shouldn't be taking out these freaking loans. Even if it's a low interest loan, you're going to have a problem paying it back as well as paying all your other bills at the same time, okay? And paying your employees and paying insurance and everything like that. You want to try to avoid getting loans unless they're for expansion. Don't get loans just for survival. You have to avoid that as much as you possibly can. During the pandemic, they should have been cutting back, you know, whatever. So what's going to happen is it will switch before the election next year. It's going to switch to a more easy money policy, to lower rate policy. And this is going to boost these markets like you've never seen before. So they can re-elect Biden, I believe. Okay, so they're going to really boost these stock markets and manipulate the markets by manipulating the Fed funds rate, the interest rate. Okay, so and when this happens, we want to get in on these stocks. This is for real. This is why I started my channel, because I knew they were going to lower the rates eventually, and when they do, I want to help as many people funnel their money into the exact stocks and the exact options that you know, are going to be good, because I know which ones are going to be the most volatile, guys. The stocks that are cheaper obviously have more potential to go higher, but you've got to be in a sector that's going to move, because those cheaper stocks can also go down. So you've got to take so many things into account when you're doing this. Then we will see, yeah, so you got to go to the Patreon to know which exact options I'm going to be getting in on before they lower the rates, before these markets take off. And I'm telling you, there's going to be options in crypto stocks, gold and silver miners, as even biotech, okay? So I really like the biotech triple leveraged fund. I just don't want to buy it right this minute. We want to buy it before it goes up. And there's something called a time value of money. So, you know, you can have one guy that he invests 10,000 bucks and he makes 1% in a day. And you can have another guy that invests, you know, 10,000 bucks, but he makes 10%, but it takes him a whole year. Who would you rather be? You know, it's just to give you the idea that you have to have your money turning over. You want to get that turnover rate going. You don't want to have your money sitting in a dead stock, okay? If your money is in a dead stock and you're a bag holder, you have to start thinking, you know, I don't want to be a bag holder anymore. If you're taking huge, you know, a big loss in something, you know, get rid of it. People always say, oh, you don't lose money unless you sell. Well, let me tell you, you do, because sometimes if you don't sell a stock, it'll go down to zero. Because the company will go out and they'll reverse split. Look at Mullen. If you put $1 million into Mullen 3 years ago, right now you'd have 52 cents. So that's just an example. You know, you don't want to invest your money into SPACs that have had a bad history and a bad CEO. Okay, look at the CEO at Mullen. The guy's obviously a scam artist. They hired the same scam lawyer that Genius Group hired, and they're spreading the false, you know, they're spreading the information about millions of naked shorts again. Guys, even if there are all these millions of naked shorts, the hedge funds aren't going to get in trouble. they're working together, you know, with the shorts. You know, these people hardly ever lose. They have these hedge funds have so much money that I've had expert traders tell me that, yeah, the hedge funds hardly ever lose. They have more money than retail, you know, most of the time. 99% of the time, these hedge funds ain't going to lose. If they do lose a little bit, then they'll be like, oh, we'll just pay the fine, you know. We'll pay a $10 million fine because, look, we just made $10 billion. You know, that's how it goes. That's real life, okay? I'm not making this up, guys. You cannot make this stuff up that I'm saying. It's true. It's too crazy to be made up. It must be true, you know? So the Fed might keep the interest rates higher for longer because they're trying to say that, you know, these lower than expected jobless claims. So that's what we have to do as investors, is keep our money on the data that they are putting out. Even though I do think some of this data is heavily manipulated, okay? Especially these jobs. Joe Biden was lying about, he was taking credit for, oh, over 1 million jobs created. And Biden was taking credit for it. Turns out it was fake. There weren't 1 million jobs. It was way less, okay? So you have to be careful about the information, okay? But usually the stocks will follow that information, you know. If we get, so yeah, we're going to see. Tech shares dropped the most. I told you the NASDAQ dropped the most. Apple dropped 2.9%. So pretty big drop for Apple. China is extending its ban on these iPhones. Okay, I don't know a whole lot about this, guys, but maybe you do in the comments. But China, yeah, they're saying China is still, they're banning more iPhones. So I heard something about that, but I didn't have enough time to even look into it. So someone please help me out in the comments, plus to the algorithm, you know. Gold is at 1,919. Silver is at 22.93. And I told you guys it was going to be coming down because it was at those $25, almost $26 level. I've been spot on with my calling silver, okay? When silver goes down a little bit more to 22.50, you know, good time to buy. And it's a good time to buy some of these longer dated options on the silver mining stocks, okay? You don't want to get options that will expire too soon, with silver especially, because I don't think silver is going to be really taken off just yet. So if you get options that are good for like a month, you might be in trouble, you know. Silver is really going to take off. It's not going to be that long, but it's not going to be like a month, you know. It's going to be a little bit longer than that. I'm going to let you guys know. Platinum is only 906. That'd be cool if platinum dropped under 9, you know. I have got a few ounces of platinum because it's got moonshot potential. It's got potential to go far and above gold because it's 30 times rarer. So, you know, a lot of the people that buy gold, when gold really starts shooting up, some of the people will take that gold money, put it into platinum, put it into silver, okay? Yeah, that's one thing that people do. They'll when gold skyrockets, they'll sell their gold, and then they'll buy silver, and that's how you get, you know, a lot more silver. So, oil is 86.77. Okay, guys and ladies, so I really do think that, you know, we're headed for a real tough economic time before, like I said, before the election. So if they're going to hit the markets, they're going to hit them now, okay? And then they're going to recover up, and then they're going to blast them before the election, okay? So that's when we want to get in. So we're looking for that continued decline right now in these markets because of slowing economy, more poor economic data coming out, probably worse jobs numbers coming out soon. So I'm looking for these market trends to know when to buy. So that's what I'm going to alert you guys of first, you know, and then get into more specifics with the Patreon members, like which options in silver metals, SVM, which ones am I going to buy? Am I going to buy the $3 strike price, 4, 5, 6, 7? You know, oh, for that one there's only $2.55 and $7 strike prices, I believe. Yeah, but guys, which you got to know which ones I'm buying. So that's how you maximize your gains. That's how I maximize my gains with Genius Group. I did an experiment with Genius Group. I bought options 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, I found out, you know, which ones are going to pay us the most money. So that's what I want to teach you. And this information was worth, you know, it's worth good money. So please join up with the Patreon, and if we get if we get 1 member today, I'm going to do something crazy. I'll probably, I don't know. But yeah, the Patreon's kind of slowing down. When Genius Group was taken off, I got about 23 Patreon members, in about 2 days, okay? Because people said, oh, I guess he was right. So I'm just telling you, you got to join up now. If you don't, you're going to forget it, then you're going to leave my channel, and nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to explode, and then you're going to be like, oh, wait, I should have been watching that John guy. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for liking this video. And please share this onto your Facebooks and everything like that. And I'm going to catch you tomorrow, all right?